Hi, it's Laura with Following the Paper Trail, and it's day 10 of the 12 days of Christmas. We've only got 2 more days to go unless I decide to do some bonus sessions, and I haven't decided yet, so we'll see on that. What we're doing today is I have gone back to a project that I did, 12 projects of Christmas, and sorry, I'm just looking over. I think this was from 2009 or 10, one of those two. Regardless, it was by far the most popular in terms of views of any of my 12 projects of Christmas. And what this was a little shopping organizer for those of us who are still old school and like to make lists, that sort of thing. And my kids do it on their phones, and I try every once in a while, but I tend to forget to do that. So I just grab my sticky notes. So this has a little notepad in it on one side, and on the other side, this is for like coupons or Christmas lists or whatever you wanted to put in here. Over on this side, this was just a little accordion thing. So, and as I said, this was the most viewed of any of my 12 projects of Christmas ever. So, and it's still up. Excuse me, you can still watch it. I'll link it into the description. But I wanted to take this, and then apply it to something more current for what kinds of things I do right now. So I took a vintage book cover and I'm turning it into more of a sketchbook type organizer. So on one side, and I used a Tim Holtz, one of his clipboard clip things that you can attach, and I have some paper here, and then this is just some mixed media paper. You could use watercolor paper. You can use pretty much any paper that you might potentially want to be doing some drawings, etc. stuff on. And then over on this side, and this is tied closed, I have some envelopes so that in here, there's some collage type papers, that sort of thing. And then I have a Ziploc plastic bag that you could put pens, you could put some water brushes, that sort of thing. And then just some other envelopes to where I could put whatever I want to do in them. Now, I just use white envelopes. God, that was an icky bug. Some white envelopes. And I plan to go ahead and embellish these. So then I'll see whatever else I can put in, whether I want to put some more papers in them. Potentially, I will add some more plastic bags to put some pens in. Or I might even make some fabric pouches that can go in here. And if I do some bonus days, that probably will be one of the bonus projects, would be to show you how to make a fabric pouch that could go in here. But I just, 4 or 5 of them, and these are all on one of the Tim Holtz notebook ring type things. But this could also just be, you could get some carriage bolts with some wing nuts on there to where it attaches that way on either one, though the clipboard on this side makes this work a little bit better. But on this side, if you don't have access to any of these rings, I have an entire case of them, but because I bought them to use them in kits and I never use them in kits, so I have a full case of them. So but I don't like doing shipping, so but if you can't find the rings, like as I said, you can use carriage bolts and wing nuts on it to attach something like that on there. But it gives you a way to organize if you want to have kind of a on-the-go kind of thing. So this is just clipped with a brad, and then this just hooks onto the loop. So I can tie this so these things don't flop when I close it. But that makes it to where this is transportable. So you could take this along with you as a sketchbook or collage, that sort of thing, because you can get, you can get small little bottles of glue that could go in one of the bags as well, especially if I make some fabric pouches. Yeah, I think I need to do that fabric pouch one. Anyway, so you can just kind of make your own travel sketchbook set out of a vintage book. I could make some sort of wrap or tie that goes with it. But it just updates a shopping organizer into a collage and mixed media organizer. So this one's quick and easy. Like I said, I just took a vintage book, and then this is some canvas tape that I put to cover the spine and gave it a little bit of pizzazz and color. And I am going to go ahead and do some stamping and stenciling, because that's the other thing that could go in, and I meant to put those in there. That's the other thing that could go in one of these, is I have some of my stamps that I make myself. So those could go into, and these are just with fun foam on, put on some acrylic. So that could go in one pocket. And then I could grab some of my small stencils that I use, and those could go into another one. And so you could have that kind of stuff in these envelopes over on this side. And then close everybody up. Let me get this out of the way. And voila. And if you want to know how I made those stamps, well, let me not tie this so that I can pull those stamps back out. How to make these stamps is, if you go to my fabric fodder series that I started in the summer, and I'm going to pick back up after the first of the year. I hit August, and I am a co-host of a month-long challenge. And so I got completely wrapped up in that in August. And then our dog got sick September through October. And we finally lost her just after Thanksgiving. So life was a little bit crazy to be trying to do those videos. So I'm going to hit those again back after the first of the year if you're interested in how to embellish and paint and stamp and all that kind of stuff on fabric. But one of the videos is stamping on fabric, and in that I show you how to make these little stamps out of fun foam and acrylic, and I just used a sticky back fun foam, and they work great on fabric or paper. So if you want to learn how to do that, you can, and I'll link that video also in the description. But you can put whatever you want in there in terms of having a mixed media sketchbook on the go. Voila. I'm going to embellish this too. So anyway, quick and easy. Thanks a bunch.